Unit 3 is when we deal with different modalities of audio description. Audio description can be audio subtitling, could be audio introduction, and it could be audio subtitling plus audio description. And the question is, when will you use audio introduction during a movie, at the beginning of the theatre performance, or at the end of the movie? And the answer would be at the beginning of a theatre performance. What is audio subtitling? We have already explained in Unit 1 what is audio subtitling, but it could be in two different situations. One is with the content is in a different language. We talk about this movie in Japanese. If the movie is in Japanese and the subtitles are in English, for example, and I couldn't read the subtitles, to me, the movie is in Japanese. So I would need the subtitles to be read aloud to understand the dialogue of the movie. But also the same happens when the content is in the same language. Some people, we've already explained, can read for many reasons, or because just simply they get tired of reading. So perhaps audio subtitling of the same content, it's also a very important access service. And of course, audio description and audio subtitling is needed together. Audio subtitling does not eliminate the need for an audio description to enjoy fully the content, the audiovisual content. So you must provide audio subtitling plus audio description.
Injection.
In the bedroom, Agustina sits up in the bed, while Irina gives her an injection.
I was born in this bed. My mother slept here. And in this bed we held your sister Paula's wake. I know. And I'm so grateful.
Agustina lies back in bed, and Irina holds her hands.
We have to talk, Irene. About everything you want. But don't tell anyone I've come back. And don't worry. Thank you for not talking about me on the television. It's our own business. That's right. And no one else's.
Agustina's eyes are closed, and Irina looks at her. A black and white film plays on TV. A man with dark curly hair picks up a baby girl and places her on a table while a woman looks on. The man hugs the baby. Irina watches the film intently. In the film, a young woman with dark curly hair sits on a bed and unbuttons her blouse. She takes off her blouse, revealing a black negligee underneath. She takes a brush and combs her hair away from her face. She stops brushing when something off-screen gets her attention. Irina smiles to herself and continues watching. In the street, Raimunda exits through the door of Aunt Paula's house and crosses the street to the door opposite. Hearing the knocks, Irina switches off the TV with a remote control. She slowly gets up out of her armchair and descends the stairs, looking on pensively.
Mum, it's me. Let me in. What are you doing here? Come in. I missed you. Are you going to stay here? Yes, until the end. Until the end.
And then we have an audio introduction. As the question already said, introduction, you do it at the beginning. And this is already done in opera these days across Europe. It's done in theatres across Europe. And it's also done in some movies. It is done in DVDs. Sometimes you have DVDs and you find the audio description. You can access to the audio introduction as well. And here we can see the audio introduction of a play in Manchester.
This is a section of the introduction to the Royal Exchange audio-described performance of Shakespeare's comedy As You Like It. The production has been directed by Greg Herzog. The designer is Ashley Martin Davis. Composer is James Day, who performs all the music live as the Troubadour. Lighting design is by Chris Davey. The fight director is Kate Waters, and the sound designer Peter Rice. The floor of the stage for As You Like It has been painted with broad brush strokes of sweeping bands of colour in all shades of green and a mustard yellow. The bands of colour flow right the way across the space. Each is around 1.5 meters wide. They have a dynamic energy and a sheen to them, and sometimes look more like surging water than flat paint. The changing lighting brings out the tones of the floor colours. Sometimes the space appears a fresh spring green, at others a summery yellow, at others a chill, darker, more sombre feel invades it. We move to a softly lit party, or a club at the court. First to arrive are 2 Playboy-style bunny girls, curvy women in tight pink satin bodices with white collars, white cuffs, white bow ties and white scrunchy tails. Their shapely legs are encased in fishnet tights worn with black high heels. They wear headbands with large white rabbit ears attached and carry trays of champagne glasses. It is at the bunny party that we first meet Rosalind and Celia, cousins and the best of friends. Rosalind is the daughter of the banished Duke, who now lives in the Forest of Arden. Celia is the daughter of Duke Frederick, who has banished his brother. Both young women are aged about 20. They're tall and slim, with Rosalind the taller of the 2. Rosalind has dark brown hair cascading down her back, slightly Kate Middleton in style. It's partly braided. Her face is slender with high cheekbones and her skin a smooth golden brown. She has large, intelligent, almond-shaped eyes of dark brown. Her nose is small and her lips full. She wears an evening dress of fuchsia pink with spaghetti straps, low cut showing her cleavage, high-waisted and full length skimming the floor. The dress has an outer layer of chiffony material and an inner layer of silk. With the dress are matching high-heeled sandals studded with diamonds. On her head is a headband with rabbit ears in the same pink, and she wears tiny earrings. Rosalind is played by Cush Jumbo. Her cousin Celia has blonde hair piled up, but with a few tendrils curling down her back and over her slender bare shoulders. Her face is slim, almost angular, with a peaches and cream complexion. Celia has clear blue eyes and a wide smile. Her gown is backless, in red silk, with a small train and worn with red high heels. She wears drop pearl earrings and a pearl on a fine chain around her neck. She too has bunny ears and hers are red. Celia is played by Kelly Houghton. Celia's father, Duke Frederick, is in his 50s, with grey, neatly trimmed hair and a flushed complexion. He holds himself erect in a smart pinstriped suit, worn with black bow tie, plus, for this scene, sunglasses with pink lenses, and, of course, rabbit ears. He has an impatient manner with quick, authoritative gestures. A sparkly ring, his symbol of office, shines on his finger. Duke Frederick is played by Terence Wilton. A red crash mat is laid, and the Duke's wrestler, Charles, parades in. He's a big, beefy man, well over 6 feet tall. His purple and silver satin cloak is draped across his wide back, and he has a hood which completely covers his head and face. It's red, with bursts of stars around the eye slits. His red vest reveals fleshy arms and a hint of a paunch. His silver underpants are worn on top of his red tights, Superman style, with a design of stars on the knees. He struts round in his silver, knee-high, soft-soled boots like a true champion. It's only when he takes off his hood that he reveals his short black hair is thinning on top. Orlando arrives to challenge the champion. Aged in his 20s, Orlando is medium height and broad-shouldered, with a strong and muscular torso. He has wavy brown hair, a wide brow and gentle brown eyes. There's a little stubble on his chin. He wears a blue t-shirt with an image of a motorbike on the chest and tight-fitting beige cotton trousers with blue trainers. He has a black half mask, but no rabbit ears. Orlando is played by Ben Batt. The other guests and members of the Duke's entourage are played by members of the company. Further details of the casting are available from Mind's Eye Description at gmail.com.
Other modalities are, for example, when you deliver the audio description, you can deliver it as synchronous to the real-life event. For example, in the Eurovision Song Contest, we all watch the Eurovision Song Contest on that Saturday night, and then we have the audio description. And rarely you watch the Eurovision Song Contest yet again. But Wimbledon, for example, or a football match, it's interesting because sometimes Wimbledon, for example, is done in the afternoons when most of us are working. And also to do with the times, different times across the world. So sometimes you will watch a match when it's already happened. And the audio description could be then the original synchronous one, or perhaps you can create an audio description for an event that has already taken place. So two other modalities of audio description is synchronous or asynchronous to the live event.